No, I'm not lucky, I'm blessed. Yes, clap for the heavyweight champ, me. But I couldn't do it all alone.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the I'm Not Lucky, I'm Blessed podcast, the show where we celebrate young entrepreneurs on their achievement, and then we teach up and coming entrepreneurs how to make profit using their passion. And as usual, I'm your host, Lucky the Most. Enjoy the show. Episode 54, and today I have an amazing friend of mine, you know, the one and only. So she's a mother, first and foremost, of two beautiful boys, right?
Correct.
Yep. She's an entrepreneur. How about life? She's a coach. She's a mentor. She's everything, man. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the one and only Denise.
Thank you so much.
AKA D.
Yes.
Yes. So I'll be using a lot of D's in this conversation.
That's perfect.
That's for Denise. Yep. D, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me here. Super grateful for the opportunity, and thank you for the intro.
Hey,
appreciate it.
That was good, right?
Yeah, appreciate it. That was awesome.
I like that. So,
awesome.
how's your day been?
My day's been good. I've been up for a while. Got my baby some breakfast.
Yep.
Did a little bit of moves, and I'm here. And it's been a great day.
I love
It's been
that.
a good day. Slept a lot.
How long did you sleep?
So I actually took a nap yesterday. I fell asleep at 5 in the afternoon and then woke up at 10.
Okay.
Went out, did some errands, came back, and I was up for a little bit, but then I went back to sleep like at 12, and I've been up since like maybe 8.
That makes sense.
So I slept for a few hours.
Oh yeah.
I've slept for a few hours. Sleep is definitely essential at this point in my life at the moment.
For real. Saturdays is when I get the most sleep.
Like
it's one of those moments I wake up and I'm like, nah, go back to sleep. The body wakes up at like 5 or something. They're like, nah, it's Saturday.
Exactly.
Go back to sleep, get some more sleep, because after this you don't get it until the next
Correct.
week again. So
That's
yeah.
awesome. No, I slept very well. I feel very rested. So I also have a lot of stuff going on today. So usually Fridays I like to sleep, catch up from the week, and then get back to it Saturday morning.
That makes sense. So whenever I start the podcast, I love to ask this like an icebreaker question. Do you think you're lucky or you're blessed?
I'm definitely blessed. I always say that, I speak about how lucky I am, and not more lucky because I believe more in you got to put in the work to be able to receive the things. So I'm very blessed.
Gotcha.
In many parts. So yeah.
What are these areas that you see that blessed in? Give an example.
So a lot of people always consider I'm blessed in many ways. Like I'm blessed when it comes to my mental health. I'm blessed when it comes to being able to, survive, being able to maintain, not feel like things are, always against me. I always look at everything as a lesson.
A lesson, yeah.
And I'm very grateful and blessed to know that, I'm rich in other things, not just financially, but mentally, physically. And my soul feels happy. That there makes me feel super blessed.
I love that. I love that line you said, I'm rich in other things, not just financially, but physically, emotionally, spiritual, like in all realms of life.
And all those things
you
matter.
Feel, yeah, that's all. That's it. Some people are just, rich like financially, but not in other areas.
Well, for me, I completely understood, coming from a background of corporate America. Like I understood, like no matter what, we always have to work, right?
Gotcha.
But some of us have big visions, and in order to fulfill those visions, before the financial part of it kind of, helps you kind of grow, you have to figure out the other things in the gray areas that I like to call them, to grow in. And those are the first blessings that you have to take accountability for and be grateful for, so that the universe can allow you to open up more things. So that's why I speak about super blessed to have the mentality that I have today. My heart's made out of gold. So I'm very blessed to have that and share that with others, and just be able to feel good about the things that I do and say.
Hey, that's key right there.
That's how I feel.
Key right there. And I think that's what brought us together. Because of you have that golden heart, like you have that niceness around you. I don't think we even had like an official introduction, and to introduce ourselves, we just automatically just became friends.
It just kind of magically happened.
And it kind of like feels like we're brothers and sisters in a way, because you support me, I support you, like
absolutely.
And this wasn't planned. None of this. We never like said, "Hey, I want to be there to support you" or anything. It just naturally we just flow in that. With that current.
I believe in energy attracts good energy, and
100%.
energy goes where it flows. So, I didn't have to ask. I can already feel the presence that you carry already. So, and it's kind of similar to mine, and that's what allows us to connect in a different mindset, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
So that's how I see it. I get that a lot, though. A lot of people tell me that my spirit
It's
or
contagious.
my personality or who I am, like being around me just makes them feel good.
For
So
real.
I'm very grateful to have that ability.
Yeah.
So I think that in that part I'm also very blessed.
Cool. Fire.
It has to do with my heart for sure, though.
100%. You know what I'm saying? A good name is better than riches or something like that. Just have a good name.
A good name.
Yeah, it's better
Yes.
than riches.
I think it's more of having that reputation of people knowing your story. And I don't look for validation or anything like that. I just want people to be able to understand why I do the things that I do because of the struggle that I have faced, as a single mom. And I don't take anything that I've been handed for granted. Like I always say, God, if you made this happen for me, it's for a reason. And it's happening to me. It's not because it's, why is this happening to me? It's happening for me for a reason. So I lead by that for sure. I can go on about my story and why I preach the way I preach as a single mom, because I lost my kid's dad due to street violence 10 years ago.
Oh wow!
And that kind of taught me a valuable lesson in life and how short it can be, and not just short, but how people take it for granted and try not to get better. And getting to know my kid's father at a time where he was desperately looking for a way to change. He started to help me find that pursuit. Oh, wow. And we were able to progress a lot in the 3 years that we were together. And then I always say God needed him more than I needed him. So he is liberated, I like to say, but I also understand why that happened. And he recognized it really quickly. He's like, before anything catches up to me, because we believe in karma and all those things, if you do good things come. If you do bad things come. It's just a cycle of life. When we understood where we were at our lives, and he's like, listen, I want to have children, I want to change, I want to do this, I was like, let's do it. Let's make it happen. And I'm grateful that he gave me 2 kids.
2 kids before,
2 kids before he left. Not just 1, but 2. He was a single parent. He was a only child, so he never knew the benefits of being, with a sibling. But he was like, I want to make sure that I never just leave 1 kid, I leave 2. And I will always ask him, like, why do you say you're going to leave them? He's like, because it's just what I feel. And I'm just like, okay. So we met really quickly. We moved, things happened really fast. And my son, my oldest, was about 1.5 years, and my little one was about 6 months when he passed away. So they have no recognition, but I'm grateful that I have his story to share and show my kids that he was a great person. He was in the pursuit of changing.
Wow. I'm glad. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Because you sound so, even though he's gone, you sound so happy sharing the story. There's some stories that you share and you're like, I don't want to go there. But this is like, look, I want to go there. I want to tell you about this amazing man that came into my life that was, yes, he was wrong. Yes, but at the end, he worked on getting better. And in the process, that was when he left. And it's nice to hear that he was part of the reason why you're this D you are today. Right. That's amazing. That's what we were meant to be known for.
Yes.
That's what we want men to be known for. Not, he ain't shit.
No. He ain't shit. Right, and a lot of people see that. A lot of people understand because, when I say his name or people recognize who I am and who I, and when my kids look just like him, they be like, oh my God, like a lot of people used to be afraid because of, the person that he was before I met him. And to me, he was a whole different person. Like behind closed doors, he was so caring, loving, supportive, understanding, and he tried to look at things in a different perspective, and he taught me that. And when I had my kids, I was extremely scared. And I told him, like, I don't know what's gonna happen. He's like, don't worry about it. Like, no matter what, I know that you're gonna be good. And I was like, I don't know why you know that. He's like, I just know you're gonna be good, D. Like, I know hands down, whether I'm here today or not, you're gonna be okay. So he will remind me of that, and that's where my strength comes from, because I move with that knowing that no matter what, things are going to be okay. But of course, in the process, I've had to find my way through life and becoming a single mom and raising my kids the best way I can. But he was a big part of my story. He is the reason why I have a story.
That's wow.
Like, he is the reason why I have a story. If I didn't accept it, instead of feeling angry because we all did. Like, I'm not gonna say I didn't. There was a point in my life where I was extremely angry and asking God, like, why did this happen? Why him? Why,
Yeah.
But then I came to understand that needed to happen.
Oh wow.
That needed to happen to make me more resilient, more strong, more powerful, and use what I went through instead of anger. Use it as fuel, because I'm not the only woman out here that deals with that. As a mother, I'm not the only one that deals with losing a partner due to street violence. It happens so often in our community. So my voice now is to make sure that I show women that no matter what, look at the bright side of things. Yes, it's hurtful. It's always going to hurt. Always going to hurt. But I'm glad that it has happened because I'm able to share it, like you said, very vocally and not be afraid of sharing it. Like he gave me purpose.
Wow.
He did.
Wow, that's powerful. Thank you for sharing that. Because you speak, like I said, you speak with so much positive energy and the mindset you already have. Right now it's outstanding. Knowing that this didn't happen against me, it happened for me. You get me, right? It's all good. Like even if it was like someone told me something that the coffin is not for the old, it's for the dead. Meaning you don't have to be old to die.
No.
It's literally if your purpose is done, like the moral behind that is that look, everyone has a purpose, everyone has something they're here to do. No one is gonna live till they are 100. If you do, lucky you. You get it, right? But once your mission is done, once your time you are like there's no oh he was too young to die. Yeah, he was young, but in that short period of time, how many lives did you touch? You get me, right? Jesus Christ was there for less than 30 years or so. You get me, right? But he started his ministry in 3 years, and in 3 years he changed the whole. So it's like you could change the world in one day. You could change the world in one day.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I definitely do believe in that. Like, everybody does find their purpose, but I feel that his mission was complete, which was to bring two amazing kids. Not just one, but two, because my kids are amazing. When people meet them, they're like a burst of energy. They're awesome. They're awesome kids, but they also make me realize like they have so much in them. They have so much of him that I'm still learning. And there are things that I never got to learn or experience with him because it happened so sudden. But I do believe that his purpose was served. And he gave me my children, and he gave me my resilience, my power.
That's huge. That's even the most powerful one.
He gave me that.
That's even the most powerful one. You, like what you carry inside of you, you get, right?
Yeah.
It's powerful because right now you're speaking out for so many women. You're like, hey, I got you going through this. I can relate with you, and that's something that needs to be done more often. That's the reason why I have this podcast.
Okay.
I didn't come up with this podcast because I was trying to put a billionaire or someone here. I was looking for someone who is at, going through what we're going through in life that we all can relate to and come and share your story to motivate someone else that's listening. To say, look, I've been fucked up. I have been in this situation. How did I get out of this? This is what I did, because I can relate with you more than if some billionaire come and sits here and share that story. I'll be like, what's he saying? He doesn't know what it like.
He doesn't know what it feels.
It feels
to
like
struggle.
Struggle. You get me, right? But if someone like you can say, look, I've been there. This was how it felt at the bottom. I can be like, yep.
And I think and I agree with you, right? Connecting with people, but I think in life everybody struggles. It's about being vulnerable enough to speak about those struggles and learning and showing others and inspire. Because my thing is, we're here to inspire.
Yes.
We're here to motivate. I think a lot of people don't understand how they need to motivate and why they need to motivate. And a billionaire can come and speak to me, yes, but until I don't understand his calling, his purpose, his behind the scenes story, I cannot relate to you.
Yeah, you cannot.
I cannot. So I tell people all the time, like, which is, everything that I did before and who I am today has allowed me to build a business around that, because I think that mental health is a big thing. And I focus on that solely. I'm not perfect. Like I tell people all the time, I'm not perfect. I'm human. I'm still a woman. I still have feelings. We still have, those troubles. We have good days, bad days. But I'm able to understand them better now than I did a few years ago.
100%.
And that's because I have taken the time to learn them and I analyze why things happen. But it really had to, I had to do a lot of self-reflection.
Yeah.
I had to do a lot of, grow a lot of self-love for myself, not feel angry, not be bitter, and not be miserable. Like, I speak to so many women every day. Like, just last night I had a girl telling me how depressed she is, but because of her life situation. And I told her for a second, I had to stop her and I told her, like, well, why are you so depressed? Like, give me 3 reasons why. Like, break it down and analyze that. And then if you know that there are things that you're completely out of control, then cool, yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
But if you have full control of those things,
yeah.
why are you feeling the way you feel?
When you can change.
You can change any feeling. So I always say, like, things happen for me, not to me.
I think that's what this topic should be called.
Things happen to you for a reason. You hear so many people scream all the time, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? Instead of for a second just stopping and saying, this is happening for me because it needed to happen, and I need to see the lesson in this for me to be to get to the next level in life. Because if not, the universe is never gonna allow you to grow. You're gonna stay stuck. And that's how you're able to create a different type of atmosphere for yourself. I still work on that every day. It's a practice. Every day I work on that. So yeah.
You know what I love right now? I love how you said all this and then you concluded by saying, I'm still working on this every day.
Every day.
I'm not perfect. Every morning I wake up and like I am. So it's we all can relate to that. That every day we have to do the work. Every day
you have to put in the work.
You have to put in the work.
I tell people all the time, like, just because you may see me on social media, and people always tell me I literally have people tell me there's no way that you're happy every single day. And I was like, let me explain to you what allows me to show that I'm happy every single day before I get in front of a camera and show you guys how I'm feeling. I have to practice my personal development. I have to practice my self-evaluation. I do my affirmations. I write them down, whatever it may be, for me to be able to feel that I'm waking up happy and being grateful for the things that I have in place already. So I'm able to get up and just, be happy and share that because it's genuine.
Yes.
And there's days where I'm not having good days and I'll get on social media and I'll cry.
Yeah.
And I'm very authentic with it because I'm working on that every day. Every day.
We're human.
We're human. We're supposed to feel.
We're supposed to feel. We're supposed to cry.
If you don't feel, then
if you don't feel,
you don't allow yourself to analyze that feeling. You're gonna be stuck in the mindset of, like, you're not able to understand why are things happening.
Yeah.
Because you're not allowing yourself to feel it. Like, I was listening to a podcast yesterday and it said, sometimes we move with our minds, but instead of for a second to stop and, like, how are we gonna move with our hearts? Like, how are we gonna be able, like, I wake up every day moving with my heart first instead of my mind. I put my feelings in front, right there. My feelings. If I wake up today sad, okay, so I know if I'm waking up sad, I need to figure out why I'm sad and why I'm feeling like this. And I analyze it, and sometimes I'll face it right there.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll have to wait to face it the next day or a week from now or a month from now.
Yeah.
But I learned how to keep it in a box.
Yes.
And when it's time to open up that box and deal with it, then I know that I was handling it properly. But I always give time into the things that I feel, because if I don't, they'll choke me up.
Yeah.
And that happens a lot.
I agree with you on that one. I own like 100%. But like for me, I'm the opposite. I work with my mind. You get it, right? I listen to my feelings. Sometimes it's like, okay, you have to listen to how you feel. But like most of the time, I listen to my mind. Let's say, for example, I wake up and I don't even sometimes feel like, waking up. But the mind's like, hey, you gotta wake up.
You gotta wake up.
That small voice, like, yep, wake up.
Yeah.
You wake, and then you follow that voice. And don't get me wrong, you're right. Like, you gotta put your feelings first, because at the end of the day, it's all gonna compound and hit you at once, and you're like, I should have listened to it. That's why sometimes if you're tired, get a rest day. Even when you're lifting weight, we say get that rest day. You get right, but you can't make every day a rest day. You can't let that I'm tired stop you every day. It's like, okay, some days put that tiredness to the side and go after it, and then some days listen to that rest and
Exactly.
rest.
exactly why
I think it's
say
like a
that.
balance of
Exactly,
both.
it is a balance, you know, and that's why I said like sometimes when I wake up feeling something, like I'll have to analyze whether I deal with it on that day, or I put it in a box and I put it away and deal with it later
Another
in a
day,
month.
oh
So
yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm gonna always wake up feeling that, but like you said, we still have to move with our mind.
Yeah.
So if we wake up, like I said, if I wake up saying I'm sad, but I know that if I let the sadness take over my day, forget it.
Forget it.
I have to put that, take it out for a second, put it in a box, put it to the side, and carry on with my mindset, knowing that I'm still strong enough to get through the day. And maybe at the end of the day, or a week from now, or a month from now, I can go and open that box and deal with that situation. That's how you're supposed to do it.
Fire! I love that. I love that. I love that. Yo.
Yeah,
Yo,
you
I'm learning from
can't
this,
have
man.
you can't handle everything at once. You
Man.
can't, because then you're gonna feel, and you know, I have those days where like I'm right now working on being super organized.
Yeah.
That's a priority. For me to be able to have a certain structure. But you know, I wake as a mom, as a woman, we all wake up tired.
Yes.
You know, some days, you know, figuring out how am I going to get this done today? How am I going to get my schedule done today? But I'm feeling like this, but I have to sometimes close that.
Yeah.
I have to. And it's what has allowed me to progress in life tremendously. Like, you know, my mom and my family tell me all the time, like, you're so different. And I always ask them, like, you know, don't look at me being different. Look at me as being a voice and a vessel for you guys in the family, because God's working with me every single day. Like, he works with me every day. He starts with my heart because it's pure, but it will always trickle down to my mind and how I'm able to move and do something positive that day, whether it's for myself or somebody else. It does not matter.
I like that. Don't
But God,
see me as a different
do not
person.
see me as
Or else they separate you, or else they want to put you aside. She's different. Now we don't want to deal with it. No.
You guys have to deal with
You
me.
have to deal with me.
Yeah.
We're all the same.
Absolutely.
But I'm just, you know. Yeah.
Everybody's the same. I think that a lot of us just know how to cope with things a little bit differently than others. And again, that's why I'm grateful and blessed to be able to have the voice that I have and the story that I have, and why I'm so passionate, because I know that my calling now and my purpose now, because for a while I didn't understand what my purpose was, because I was still working on myself. But now I understand that my calling is to show others how to use their pain and their story and their suffering, their struggles as fuel. That's literally my purpose now. Like,
can we say that again? How to use their pain,
their stories, their struggles as fuel. Yeah, because some people be like, well, I can't do this because this is happening, or I can't do that because this is happening, and it all affects everything. Like, everything affects everything. Like, if you're telling yourself,
I gotta write that down.
Everything affects everything. Like, you know, I tell my kids, you know, and myself and my team members, like, if you don't for a moment just stop and realize that everything affects everything, like, you're not gonna be able to understand your struggles. You're not gonna be able to use that as fuel. You know, like, you know, if you know that, for instance, you wake up with knowing that you have a goal to figure out something, but your goal has to get done, you have to put in the work. So if you know that you want to go get, let's say, for instance, just hypothetically speaking, if you're trying to get your license, or somebody's trying to get, you know, a vehicle, you have to take the necessary steps to get into school, learning that stuff. But then some people stop in their tracks because they don't have the time, or they're working too much, or they don't have a babysitter. Figure it out.
There's nothing that
you
can figure out. Where there's a will, there's a way.
There's a will. If there's a will, there's a way.
100%. Like,
figure it out. But write it down, your goals. Find out a structure. Find a balance. You know, again, organize yourself so that you can make time for these things to fulfill the goals in the long run, because you can't get it all done in one day.
Not at all.
Baby steps every single day, breaking down those building blocks and breaking them. I like to say I break down my building blocks every day to be able to build my empire even higher every day.
I like that. Break it down.
I break it down.
And then use that to build your empire. Yeah, you have to, man. It makes a lot of sense. I like that.
You have to break down those building blocks. So sometimes people will use those building blocks and build a wall. Build a freaking wall and be like, forget it. My life's over. I'm like, nothing's ever gonna get better.
Yes.
Instead of breaking down that wall and taking those same blocks that life handing you and building something better with it.
I saw something like that on Instagram the other day, but this one is not even on a wall. It's like when the so it's a meme of someone throwing blocks at you, like critics and all that. That's what it means, and they're using those blocks to build an empire. You get right? Like whatever they throw at you, pick it and use it to build as a fuel to, like you said, your pain, whatever it is, to build yourself up. You can either use it to build a wall, or you can either use it to build yourself or your empire. Facts.
I've taken my builder blocks to build myself first.
First, yeah.
You have to always put yourself first. I tell my kids, it might sound selfish, but it's me, then you. I always tell them, you know how a lot of parents say, "Oh, it's all my kids, it's all my kids."
Yeah.
Then in the process, they forget about themselves.
Yeah.
They forget about their health. They forget about their mental health, which then affects their finances, which then affects their life choices. Everything affects everything.
Everything affects everything.
So I tell my family, my kids, myself, anybody in my circle of influence, take care of you first, so you can take care of other people better. If you don't take care of yourself first, starting with your mental health, with your physical ability, which then will trickle into something bigger, you're always gonna see yourself like in this ball of like this snowball that's just building up, and once you push it down the hill, it's either gonna break or it's gonna stay still. I like to build it.
We live in a society where people tend to put yourself last. They put their jobs first. They put their houses first. They put their cars first. They put their family first. And then at the end of the day, they don't even put themselves.
They get burnt out.
They get burnt out. Right word.
Get burnt out.
And then they regret doing what they did. And when they recover from it, they still go on the same track. Always putting their, I mean, don't get me wrong. Your job is important. You need it. But at the end of the day, too, if you're not here, that job is not going to do itself.
9 out of 10 times you leave the job.
You leave the job, and then they get someone to replace you immediately.
You leave the job.
You leave the job, so it's very key. Yeah, like I like how you said put yourself first,
you always have to put yourself first. I put myself first in everything. I tell my kids that if I have to wake up an hour, 2 hours before I have to wake them up to get their day started, then I'm gonna do that. Because again, I have to do my affirmations, feed my mind, whether it's drinking my tea, doing whatever it takes to make me feel good, to then be able to help my kids feel good. It's just important. I could tell you before 5 years ago, that was not me. I would wake up screaming and like, oh my God, we're gonna be late, and let's do this and let's do that, and we gotta do this, and I was always in a rush. I was always in a rush, and I felt like I was suffocating. I literally had to stop one day and be like, all right, what are you doing? I had to ask myself, again, these are affirmations I do. What are you doing that makes you feel so suffocating? And it was my time management. And I'm still working on that tremendously. I'm not my time management is still a lot, but because I have added more to my plate now. But my time now goes first for me, then my children, then my business, then the universe, and then everything else. Because what's gonna happen is that if you don't take care of yourself first, something's gonna come unexpectedly. A curveball's gonna come into your life, into your day, let's just say, unexpectedly. And if you're not taking care of your mindset beforehand, how are you going to handle that situation that's going to just present itself? And 9 out of 10 times, you see a lot of people, and I can tell you from experience, I've had jobs where when I was working for corporate America and I wasn't practicing these things, something would present itself at my job, and I would have to leave in the middle of work, losing pay, looking at people looking at me like I wasn't responsible, or I wasn't, like I wasn't, what's the other word? Or that I wasn't, organized, or none of those. And I used to be like, oh my God, why is this happening? And I had to realize, like, the universe was preparing me in ways that I did not understand.
For something bigger.
And that's what I take on as a life lesson every day.
And that's one of those moments where you can either say, why is this happening to me, and complain about it, or say, this is happening for a reason. This is for a lesson. Let me learn what I can learn from this, so it doesn't waste. Because I feel like every pain has a purpose. You get me, right? And you either use that pain, you learn what you learn from it, and you grow from it, and you keep going, or else you waste it. Some people waste their pain, and the only way to waste your pain is by constantly complaining and then let it pass away, and you move on to a different chapter.
Correct.
Or you can either sit down and idealize it and break it down and say, okay, what what can I learn from this process I'm going
Correct.
through?
That's how I like to see it. I always tell my team members and myself, like, let's pause for a second
Yeah.
and ask yourself, like, what are you doing that's not helping you get to the next chapter or the next level or the next mindset, whatever it may be. Like, everything affects everything, and we all hurt. We all have, grief, pain, sadness, happiness. A lot of people want success. A lot of people, and we rightfully deserve it. No matter what type of field you're doing,
Yeah.
you do. Everybody deserves what their heart desires, but you have to put into practice the things that are going to help you get in alignment first for yourself,
Yeah.
so that then you can take care of other things better.
That makes sense.
You
That
have
makes
to.
sense. That makes sense.
And that's why I preach personal development. It's
Huge.
it's huge.
Huge.
It's huge. It's significantly huge, and I didn't learn about personal development until 5 years ago.
Me too. I literally started doing, and that was the part of me that's how people started to like me. That's when people started to like. Oh, yeah, the other part of me, you don't want to see me. That part of me, it's like so now I value my time and growing myself first. Like you said, if it means waking up a lot, even if it's 5 minutes early to just get yourself together before you start the day and meet your client, you have to be good. Or else, if you're destroyed, you're gonna destroy someone
Yep.
else. You get it, right? But if
Yep.
you're healed, whoever that comes to you broken can get at least, even not completely healed, a little bit of healing
A
from
little
you.
bit.
A little bit, that's all it takes. And then move on to the other things and, start the day. And there was a little, there was a little joy from my workout this morning. Let me see if I can put that in other areas of my life and keep going. But if you're broken, the next person that's going to come might still be a little bit of that
Yeah, a little
brokenness
bit,
to
yeah.
his own brokenness. And then it just keeps
That's exactly
adding
what
up.
it is.
So, like, for real.
It's building that right energy to be able to transfer it to people, because a lot of people come to me and sometimes just open up, and
Yeah.
I'm grateful that a lot of people feel confident enough to just open up to me.
Yes.
And sometimes I don't even expect it. I'll have strangers in the streets, like people that come into the shop, people that reach out to me on social media. They will literally just start opening up to me, but I see that as a blessing because they see a light in me, that obviously I'm able to guide them into the right direction, whether it might not be right now,
Yeah.
but in the future it might they'll see that, oh my God, I could see why Denise did what they did. Like, and last night I was at my sister's house, and a friend of mine that I've been a friend for years, she was telling me, you've been my friend for so long, and I could think back to, this was before I am who I am today.
Yeah.
Before 5 years ago, I never realized that I was already practicing these things without even realizing them,
Yeah.
because I was still hurt and angry.
Yes.
And I had to practice that self-healing first. But she said something last night where she goes, I remember when you showed me how to take care of my son a certain way, and I now can teach other people how to do the same thing as a parent.
Yeah.
And you taught me that.
Ooh.
And I was like, really? Like, I had to stop for a second. I was like, I taught you that? She goes, yeah, you showed me how to take care of my son in a very healthy way a few years ago. And it's now that I'm being grateful for it, because it has allowed me to understand my son, and now I can teach other people the same thing.
Right.
And I was like, wow, like I never realized that. I did not realize that I was doing that. And again, that's when I realized that my purpose was so much bigger, that I have something to offer to people. But I had to first analyze it.
Yes.
I had to first figure out who I was. And that takes time. It takes time, but it takes time of personal development, working with your mental health, analyzing your pain, analyzing your grief, analyzing everything. Like, one of the things that I do is, I've learned how to connect the dots.
Connect the dots.
I've learned how to connect the dots, because we all live in a puzzle.
Yeah.
So, like, in order for me to connect the dots so they can be right for me, I had to understand them.
Yes.
And sometimes people don't get that. So something that I learned recently as well is that we live in a box. Like, we ourselves, think of yourself as a box, and your pain or your grief or your happiness or your sadness is a ball inside this box. And sometimes that ball can be huge.
Yes.
And it literally wants to burst out of that box.
Yeah.
When that's when you feel like you're like, you can't take it no more. Like, and it causes people to do really mean things to themselves. Or that ball is really small. Sometimes you're not thinking about it. You're not feeling it. You don't see it. You don't hear it. Or that ball is bouncing all over the place. And there's days where I wake up where that ball is big, where it's small, and it's bouncing all over the place. And it's part of the process of life. You have to learn how to keep that box a box and learn how to control that little circle inside the box. That's all I've ever done.
How do you control that?
The way I don't fully ever have control of it. You never will fully have control of it because, again, there's days where it's big, it's small, and it's bouncing all over the place. But I like to keep my ball steady by taking care of me. I'm the ball.
Easy.
I'm the ball.
You know they say something's simple but not easy or something like that. That's how simple. You're the ball. Just take care of yourself.
You're the ball.
And it just that's
the ball.
I thought you were gonna tell me so many things like, oh, step 1, step 2, step 2,
no.
But you just broke it down to one simple step: take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself. You're the ball.
You're the ball.
That's wow. You know what I mean? And I know, in order to be an entrepreneur and lead others, you have to know how to control that ball, which is yourself. Controlling your mindset, your emotions, your heart, the way you carry yourself, the way you speak to people. And there's days where we're going to be like, I've had people tell me like, today your energy wasn't good. And that lets me know that I missed a step in my day that didn't allow me to create the energy that I wanted for myself to be able to help them in that area. And people have told me straight up, like, your energy's not good today. And I don't even get angry. No offense.
No offense. We're human.
And we're human.
Jesus.
And I just be like, you know what?
You know what?
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll work on it. Yep. Thank you for letting me know that. I feel like, we're humans. We have good and bad days, but at the end of the day, it's like, what you do with it. What you do with it. I've never like felt like, oh, because I'm always happy doesn't mean I can be sad. That's human.
Yeah.
The good and the bad, the truth and the all that comes in. So yeah, we've come a long way. Like,
yes.
And something I wanted to I should have asked from the beginning of the podcast. Is can you introduce yourself? What you do? To the listeners. Who is D?
Who is D?
Yes. Who
is That's a good question. That's a good question. Who is D? I consider myself somebody very passionate.
Yeah.
I'm somebody who has built myself through a lot of pain.
Yeah.
I'm somebody who's very loving, caring, understanding. I'm very resourceful, helpful.
Yeah.
I always want the greater good for others.
Yeah.
But Lucky, something that I know about myself is that I'm still working on myself. That D is still developing.
Ooh.
That like Denise, that D is still developing. And there's different chapters of my life that I'm literally like an open book, but I have ridges in between my lines. Like, you're never gonna get a straight line. Like, there's ridges, because without those ridges, I wouldn't be able to create the book that I'm trying to create for myself. But I'm somebody who just wants to spread happiness.
Yes,
I just want to spread, good energy. I want people to really touch me because of my soul. Like, understand me for who I really am. And I'm still working on that. Like, I can't even sit here and say that Denise is
done.
Mm-mm. I'm not.
5 years from now, you'll be a whole different.
I'm a whole different ball. Different be a whole different person.
Mindset, better.
And that's the part of growing, and it's called, evolving.
Yeah.
And I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm far from perfect. I'm far from done. Like, I know I still have days where I'm sad and I'm just like trying to figure it out. But Denise is a work in progress. Denise is somebody who is just figuring out who she is every single day, little by little, by working on herself, not just mentally but physically, and showing others how to do the same and leading the way for others. Like, I know I was meant to be a leader, but I'm more of I like to consider myself more of somebody that you can come to like I'm like, when you speak to me, I want you to leave thinking differently. When somebody touches me or somebody is able to connect with me in any type of way, I want you to feel different about yourself, about the things that you see in yourself in your life. Like, I always tell people, like, when you ask me like, who's D, like, it's hard for me to answer because I'm not done.
You're not done.
I'm not done.
You can put D in a bubble.
I cannot. You cannot put me in a bubble.
And
like
say D is this one thing.
No, you know how they, that
From now
movie?
D is this, and tomorrow D will be a whole.
Exactly. Like you can never predict who I'm gonna be that day. But it's like that movie like 30 Days like this. So you can never put baby in the corner. Like I always tell myself, like never put yourself in a corner. So I can't be put in a corner
by saying you're one thing.
Never. And there's gonna be people that love me, that dislike me, that think I'm weird, that think I'm awesome, and that's okay. Because I'm still working on me. I don't expect people to know Denise fully or understand me. Because I'm still trying to fully understand myself as well. Right. But one thing that I do know, and the only thing that I know, is that anything I want out of life, I'm in full control of it because I'm working on myself. Make sense?
Makes a lot of
sense.
sense.
I'm working on myself. I need to be okay first eternally to be able to do the things right. So D is a work in progress.
That's the best.
All I
am. That's what I wanted to do. The work in progress. I think that's the best answer. Like
I'm a work in progress. But I'm a mother.
Yeah.
I'm a sister.
Yeah.
I'm a friend. I'm a leader. I'm a coach. I'm an influencer. I'm just somebody who really walks in the things that they preach. That's it. Yeah. I don't like to fake the funk. I'm very loving, very bubbly. I like to have a good time. I like to party. Like I love to do all these things.
That's
But I know that about myself. Yeah. And some people are gonna think that it's not okay, and some are gonna think like, oh well, one day she's doing this, and the next day she's doing that. But guess what? That makes me who I am.
Who I am. Facts.
That just makes me who I am, and I'm able to know that about myself. So nobody, when people think about me, has never affected me. Never.
I love that.
Never. Because had I let it affect me, the people that thought that I wasn't going to progress in life because when my kid's dad passed away, my own family was like, she's going to be in the streets. She's going to like not progress in life.
It's over.
It's over.
Our baby's gone.
Literally. That's why everybody, my mom would say that she's gone. I'll take some as well.
Oh, okay.
She's like, oh, she's gone. Like, forget it. She's never going to, do better. Or bounce back because it was so traumatizing. It was so unexpected.
Yeah.
And my mom and my family tell me to this day, they're like, you have shown us a whole different person. And I've taken that, and I'm just like, my mom lost, my little sibling's father.
Oh, wow.
And she still doesn't know how to help her, how to, get better with that.
Yeah.
So then I think about the same thing, and I've shown her how to analyze her pain.
Gotcha.
And she always tells me, like, I don't know how you do it. Like, I'm so proud. Like, my family tells me all the time, like, we're so proud of you. But I tell them all the time, I don't want you to be proud of me. I want you to be proud of yourself because you're going to take what I'm doing and apply it. Because I've taken the things that I'm doing for myself is because I've learned them. I had to learn these things. I didn't know any about these things. I had to learn them through strangers.
Yes.
Through programs.
Yes.
Through opportunities.
Yes.
Through life lessons, through jobs. These are things that I had to learn to how to apply to get myself to be where I'm at today. So I don't want you to be proud of me. Take what I can give you and apply it. And see if that's going to help you feel better.
And be proud of
yourself.
While you're saying this, I just learned something. People sometimes say that to make excuses for themselves. Like you said, be proud of yourself. Meaning, whatever you're going through, you can also get out of it and be proud of yourself.
Absolutely.
Don't you? Oh, I'm proud of you. Then, what are you of yourself? If you're only proud of, are you proud of yourself for what you're going through and that you're gonna? Because it means that I'm proud of you. That's you, D. You can handle it. I don't think I can.
No. And I get that a lot.
Yeah.
I get that so often.
Like, oh,
D, a lot of people always tell me, "Oh, I'm so proud of you." And I just be like, "Thank you. I appreciate it." But what makes you think? What do you know so much about me that you know confidently that you're proud of me? And 9 out of 10 times people don't have an answer.
But like, oh, I'm proud of you, man. Great job. But like, yep. Well, you're like, no, you can also do the same thing. Even better.
And I'm somebody that I can sit here and tell you why I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
I can break it down. I can tell you why I feel the way I feel about you. I can tell you why I'm upset with you. I can analyze every feeling and break it down as to why people need to be proud of themselves first, to then be able to give it to somebody else. Don't be proud of me. What I can do, you can do it. I'm no different. We all can accomplish the same things. We all can. Everybody can accomplish the same things. And that's why I'm grateful to have the tools that I have and the opportunity that I have, because what I have, everybody else can do it and apply it and grow from it. But guess what? They have to do the work. My job is to give them the opportunity, which is how the universe has gave me. Yeah. The universe has gave me resilience, knowledge, power, a heart, a voice. And now I have, so many people speak that, but what are you giving to somebody with that? I have the tools and I have the opportunities to give to you and apply it and grow from it. And that's how I'm able to build the business that I'm building. Because I have something to offer. I just don't speak because I'm speaking. Yeah. So many people just speak it, and that was something I posted today. Be like, don't just speak about it, be about it. Yeah.
It's easy to say.
It's easy to say.
Don't speak it, just show us.
Just show it.
Just show it.
Just show it. And I I tell people all the time, like, I just show it. I love what I do. I love that I'm an entrepreneur. Yeah. It took a lot of hard work. I'm not done. To where I want to get to is going to still take a lot of effort, a lot of late nights, early mornings, all of that good stuff. Yeah. A lot of people are going to come into this wanting the same things and then get scared and then feel like they can't do it because they're not me.
Yes.
And that's something that I tell my team all the time. I'm like, I don't expect you to be like me, but I expect you to use your own skills, your own pain, and apply it to the things that I'm giving you and build something from it. That's all my coach has done for me. He gave me an opportunity. I took that, never took it for granted. He gave me something. I had to learn about it. Yeah. I had to analyze it and figure out how I can build my business with my story and my pain to inspire others, because that's what it's about. We're here to inspire others. But the way I inspire people is through developing the mental health and showing them that the physical ability and how the anatomy of the body works with your mind. Yeah. And that's what helps you get ahead in life. Right. There's no secret about that. Like people always say, be healthy, be positive. Yes, tremendously. Be healthy, be positive. But what are you doing to get there? 9 out of 10 times people are so easy to say, oh, I'm too tired, or I don't want to do that, or no, I can't do this. Don't set excuses. I was that person before.
You've been there.
I've been there.
Done it.
I've been there.
I realized that there's more that you can do other than those. I
set excuses or feel sorry for myself at all.
What are some of those I can'ts in your life that you've overcome? Like, what are those things that not just placed on you, but society and all that? Things that you didn't think it's possible for you to do, but now you're doing it. What are some of those I can't moments in your life that you?
Well, one of the things that I always said that I couldn't do was lose weight. I use that as a perfect example. I've been overweight my whole life. Like I share that a lot. Like
I saw the pictures.
I've been overweight my whole life since I was in middle school, high school. And then my family always tell me, you gotta lose weight. Or my doctors would tell me, you gotta lose weight, you gotta eat healthy. And I'd be like, I can't. Like I always made it seem like it was so hard. And I tried the aggressive diets. I tried the working out. I tried the being with at a gym consistently, but I never saw the results that I wanted to. But I realized that I didn't have the right support that I needed. So when I found the opportunity that I found, and I was able to see a result very quickly. Just because I was applying personal development and telling myself that I can do it, is how I was able to break that barrier.
It clicked. The right support and what you were doing in the back, those personal development, what you're telling yourself, like the thing I posted on my social media is like, stop listening to yourself and start speaking to yourself.
I talk to myself a lot.
A lot.
Which is why affirmations. Personal development. I'm going to always go back to that because I can sit myself. Well, the first time I did affirmations, when my coach told me to do affirmations, I was like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that's what the world doesn't do.
I'm not going to talk to myself in the mirror. I'm like, that sounds crazy. They were telling me, like, listen, just try it. And I'm just like, bro, like, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, how do you want me to just stand in the mirror and talk to myself? Yeah. But lucky, I kid you not, when I did that for the first time, I scared myself. I was able to literally see myself as a different person when I was speaking to myself, and I started to cry. And I started feeling this weird vibe, this weird energy. But I felt that weird energy was that self evaluation, that self love that was starting to ooze out. And I never realized that it was something so simple as giving myself affirmations and telling myself that I was able to do these things was gonna be so scary, because they're scary.
Scary.
They're very
Accepting
scary.
it.
But accepting it.
Yep.
So I looked at myself in the mirror. I remember going into like this tunnel, like this moment of, who the hell am I talking to? Like self-reflection. I literally spoke to my soul at that very moment. And I saw myself at a different perspective. I started, I stopped listening to myself, like you said, and I started speaking to myself. And that made all of a difference.
Made a huge difference.
A huge difference.
Because what we tell ourselves is it's horrible. Like, it's always like, kid, you're not good enough.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
Your life is over.
Yeah.
Because those are things that we hear. But no, okay,
yeah.
you gotta rewrite that story. What did you want to happen to you?
Yeah.
Is that what you want to accept, or you want to create a new? And that's when you start to speak yourself. No, I am more than this. I am more than that. I am a conqueror. I am this. I am that. Like, literally,
Yeah,
people. As simple as that word sounds, I am more than enough. As easy as it sounds, it goes a long way.
It does.
Like, literally, it goes a long way. Just telling yourself that, just, and people take it for granted. People think, oh, you're just saying that. No, but like, it clicks something.
It clicked for me when I started doing affirmations. And then once I was able to stop telling myself that in the mirror, I started to write them down. And that's how things started coming to life. That's how things started really happening.
The power of writing things
The
down.
power of writing things down.
Yeah.
And that's something that my coach taught me. I used to be like, I hated school.
School, yeah.
I hated school for the simple fact that I had to look at a board and write stuff down to memorize it.
Yep.
I hated that process. Now it's something that if I don't do and put it into practice, the things that I want to fulfill won't come to life.
Well, that's the power of vision. Like, you have to see,
You
but
have
you have
to-
to write it down.
Yeah, you don't just have to visualize it. You have to manifest it, but you have to write it down so the universe can read it, hear it, feel it.
Yes.
And it's just all I've done.
Yes. Even this is not even like even in the Bible, there's a chapter that says that you have to write down the vision and run with it. First, you have to write it down, and then
I'm still working on the Bible.
No, it's okay. Yeah,
I'm still scared to open one up.
Hey, there's always. Don't worry, it takes time. You know, it's a work in progress, man. It's a work in progress, but that's by the way. But like, honestly, like, I love your mindset. I love where you're coming from,
Appreciate it.
and I could tell your team and everyone around you is so blessed to have you, and now that's what I want us to go into.
Okay.
Your team. But first, let's talk about your business.
Okay.
You get right? Yeah.
Let's talk about whatever you want to ask.
OTEN.
I love OTEN.
I love OTEN. How do you come up with the name OTEN?
So it's a funny story, and I wish my coach was like, well, he sees this, he'll laugh, because when we came up with On the Edge Nutrition, because that's what it stands for, On the Edge Nutrition is OTEN. We were in a car. So we were, my business is something that people can duplicate.
Yeah.
Not just through social media, but like through, we call them DMOs. So it's daily method of operations. We are in the sales industry.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us are in the sales industry without even realizing that we're in the sales industry, right? So we always did what we did. We spoke about health and fitness through social media, but then my coach came across a situation. He always knew that I wanted a nutrition club. That's what OTEN is. It's a nutrition club.
Yeah.
I always wanted a nutrition club, right? But financially, as a single mom, I couldn't afford to just open one up. And I'm very honest about that, right? Like, I'm very honest about that. But my coach, I'm super grateful for him, because he took his vision and my vision and came across a situation, and was like, one day he was presented into somebody else's nutrition club, and he was like, this is what I want. So then he came to me and he was like, listen, I know you've been talking about it.
Yeah.
I know something that you've been wanting to do.
Yep.
Let's do this. And we did it. So we started visiting different nutrition clubs within our northeastern region. We went out to like Plymouth, New Hampshire, Brockton, so many, because there's a lot of nutrition clubs throughout the Massachusetts area.
Yeah.
But once we started to look at all the different models and all the different ideas and how people were growing using that model, we created OTEN. And we were in the car one day coming from a nutrition club that we went to go see. And I remember it was myself, my coach, and other business partners that we started up with. And we were just throwing names out there. And then OTEN on the edge nutrition stands because a lot of us stand on the edge.
On the edge, yeah.
A lot of us are on the edge of the pursuit of happiness
Yeah.
and the pursuit of becoming successful.
Mm.
So we're like on the edge. That makes sense. Like we all live on the edge. We're not afraid.
Yeah,
We're not
we're
scared.
afraid. Yeah.
We're just doing the damn thing. Like we're gonna keep setting. We're gonna keep breaking barriers in our community. We're gonna keep spreading the word of good nutrition. We're gonna be spreading the word of having a positive mindset, and that's how on the edge nutrition kind of came about.
So the first reason I love your business was the name On the Edge.
Yeah.
I was like, I love On the Edge. Like I love it. Like so it's keep like that. That's a name right there that can actually, because some people wouldn't fuck with it. Like people that are not mentally tough wouldn't want a name like that. I don't want to be on the edge of anything. You get it, right? But someone who's like, okay, I know what this means. I know I this is language I
This is
speak.
what it is.
It attracted me. The name first attracted
On
me.
the edge.
On the edge. And then when I came into the premise, you get it, right? I loved everyone.
Yeah.
Because there's a room for growth in there.
Absolutely.
Everyone has an opportunity.
A lot of
to
people
grow.
have grown in there.
And
tremendously.
yeah, like I see what you guys are doing. The polls, you're giving power to people.
Yeah.
Opportunities to people.
Yeah.
And that's good. But before we go into that, let's still talk more about OTEN. What does OTEN do on the edge nutrition?
So at OTEN, we like to share. We like to give people a good taste of the nutrition that we like to consume, because of the nutrition that I consume, I have been able to lose the weight that I lost.
Yes.
And I feel healthy.
Yes.
Like a lot of people think that being healthy is just working out and eating, but you need supplements.
Supplements, yeah.
You need certain type of supplements, that are gonna affect certain parts of the body. So at OTEN, we offer that.
Yes.
We offer people a meal, a healthy meal. Like our smoothies are amazing, between 200 to 300 calories, 21 vitamins and essential.
Amazing.
They taste amazing.
It feels that craving.
They are. It's like
Guilt-free.
it's very guilt free.
Guilt-free.
I love saying that word. And so when people come in there and they start like, oh, what's in it, or how you do this, and I tell people all the time, like, it's guilt free. Like, do you go into a restaurant and ask people, how do you cook the food in the lab?
Yeah.
We're showing you. We're in your face, blending the stuff for you, showing you the canisters, showing you how we're doing it.
Yeah.
Pouring it right there for you. We're not hiding it.
Yeah, not hiding it. So you can't say, "Oh, this is too good to be true,"
No.
No, it's made in front of you. Look at this. This is what I put in. This is what
it's a supplement that we love, and
yeah.
it's we have energizing teas. Our teas are very beneficial, providing so many different benefits, as well as our smoothies, our protein donuts, our protein waffles. Like everything in there is super guilt free.
Yes.
Super healthy, and I guarantee you that 9 out of 10 times when somebody comes in there, they always come back, and if not with somebody, they always share us. They always say the vibes in here are amazing.
Yep.
And I love that.
Not just the food.
It's a
the
safe.
vibe is
It's the
amazing.
vibe. Like I
Yes.
like to call that a safe haven place. Like a lot of people just come in there because they follow me on social media and they want to meet me.
Yeah.
And the moment they come into the nutrition club, or on the edge nutrition, they just start talking.
Yes.
And I just be like, let's not forget, guys. Like I'm busy. I'm
We're
actually
busy.
attending to
To customers,
customers, and I'm
yeah.
actually trying to do what I gotta do.
Yeah.
It's still a store, but people instantly want to start just talking to me,
Talking to you, yeah.
and that's how I gain clients.
Yeah.
So I get clients by them having them taste the nutrition, which is what I'm very passionate about.
Yep.
It's what's helped me grow my business. It's what's helped others, grow a business, and they're feeling healthy. And a lot of people always were skeptical about what we were doing because, again, they were unknown to the taste because we were on social media so long.
Yeah.
You can be whoever you want to be on social media. You can present whatever you want on social media.
Yes, yes.
But people can either believe it or not believe it.
Yeah.
But the fact that we have somebody where they can come into and see it,
Yeah.
taste it, and believe
And believe it.
it's a different type of vibe.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
It's a whole different ballgame.
I love, like, don't get me wrong. I never do supplements, you get right? And that's why I am still don't know a lot about supplements. But OTEN, you guys are one of the things that, I like my go-to. In those moments where I need a tea too. What is a guilt feel? Like it's like, okay, I want to have a smoothie, I want to have donuts, I want to have shakes that, help me with that craving, but I can still sit back and say, this isn't touch my health or anything.
No, it doesn't
Yeah,
affect
right.
you in any type of way.
It's straight there.
It's not filled with sugars. It's
It's
not.
not.
It's nothing like that. It's nothing that's not gonna make you crash. Not
Crash,
make you
yeah.
that's gonna feel icky or
Nah,
like not or
nah,
guilt.
nah.
Like you said, guilt free.
Guilt free. No, 100%. Like I love how
Very
you guys,
guilt free.
you guys made us. We can enjoy what we like without thinking about any side effects.
Yeah.
Or saying, "Oh, after this, I have to go walk out
No.
and burn these calories." You get
No,
right. It's
not
like
at
you
all.
eat
You
your
don't feel
donuts, man.
guilty.
Eat your waffle, eat all that, and just go home and you're still getting your protein intake from eating that.
Absolutely. Exactly. It's a
Yeah,
protein intake.
you get your.
And
you know,
everybody needs protein.
everybody
you know?
needs protein. Yeah. So,
And sometimes people think that protein just comes from certain foods,
no,
which they do.
Which they do. Yeah.
They do. They
Yeah,
do. I
yeah,
don't disagree
yeah,
because we
yeah.
still have to eat.
Yeah.
I eat a lot.
You do.
But you have to have what I like to call a healthy gut. A healthy gut fills a healthy mind, and a healthy mind fills a healthy heart. Everything affects everything. So when you start feeding your gut the right type of supplements with the right type of nutrition
Yeah.
to be able to feel better,
Yeah.
you instantly want to think, you start telling yourself like, okay, I actually can go work out now.
Yes.
I can actually go, I feel more positive.
Yeah.
Because your body does get affected by the certain things you put in it.
Yeah.
We all know this. What you put in is how, how's that word that they say? What you eat is who you are.
Who you are, yeah.
Is that what it is, right?
100%.
Is what you eat is who you are.
Yeah.
And a lot of my clients, eat very unhealthy, and then they'd be like, "Oh, well, I have diabetes, or my blood pressure, or this or that." And I tell them, like, "Well, then, what the hell are you eating? Ask yourself for a second." So if you're not like, I come from a Hispanic culture,
Yeah.
where all we were taught to eat was white rice with beans and fried pork, or fried chicken, or
chicken.
like super unhealthy things with high cholesterol, high fats, all type of things that were super unhealthy.
Yeah.
And I have my mom and my family members,
Oh.
my aunts, who are struggling with their health
Struggling,
because of these things, without them realizing that they're the ones literally doing it to themselves. So I had to make that change for myself to, again, be that vessel for others, and I had to start with my nutrition.
Yes.
My nutrition was it, and that's what I love about my supplement. Like the shakes, I had my shake for breakfast this morning.
Let's talk about the shakes.
had
Let's talk
my
about
tea.
the teas.
Oh my goodness.
Because I know these teas are powerful. This is me trying to know
Yeah,
so I can be part of it. You get it, right?
absolutely.
This conversation is not for anybody, basically. It's for me. I want to know, like, because I know you have energy teas and all that, and I'm like, how is that possible? And and you guys say it's not just tea; it also helps your immune system.
Yeah. We have
Boosters
a
and
bunch
all
of
that.
stuff.
Yeah, like what other stuff that?
So I'll break it down. So our protein is soy and whey protein. We have two different options.
Two different options.
Yeah, but they're whey protein. Every smoothie is about 24 grams of protein. A normal body needs about 20 to 30
Per meal.
grams of protein per meal.
Yep.
So you get that
You
in
get
a
that
smoothie.
from the smoothie.
Not only do you get that in a smoothie, you're also taking 21 vitamins and essential, which your body needs every single day.
From that same smoothie.
From that same smoothie, you're also taking in 18 grams of healthy carbs.
Yeah.
Which your
18,
body
which is
also
good. Yep,
needs.
which your body also
Because
needs.
if you're going to be working out, you need to burn calories and
calories,
burn
yeah.
carbs, but the
Yeah.
right type of carbs to be
Yeah.
able to build the muscle.
Yes. Yes.
5 grams of sugar and
Which is bad. Which
and,
is good.
and 5 grams of fiber.
Yep. 5 grams of fiber.
There's fiber in there.
So-
And this is just as well. You can always add
Yeah,
more because
yeah,
there's
yeah.
boosters.
Yep.
But one single serving of a smoothie, that's what you're taking.
That's what you're taking.
That's what you're taking. And
You-
that's a full meal.
Full meal, yeah,
So if
that's
you
a
break
full
down the algorithm of the, when they break down the circle of like what your plate should look
Yeah,
like.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
High
they break
protein.
down the protein,
The
the
carbs,
carbs, the this,
fats,
the
yeah.
fats. You have all of that
In one meal.
in one meal, in
One
one
meal,
shake,
in
in
one
one
shake.
canister.
Mm.
So that's how people start seeing results.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It makes a lot
So
of sense.
taking 2 shakes a day
Day.
as a replacement for a meal, combined with the teas, because what the teas does, the teas help burn calories.
Yeah.
It fastens your metabolism.
Mhm.
It helps you stay alert, and it
Mhm.
gives you the right energy without feeling crashed. We
Without
also
feeling
add other things to it, like our immunity,
Yeah.
which is an add-on to help you build your immune system. We have Best Defense, which also helps fight off any oncoming colds. Or it has vitamin C, it has
Yeah.
zinc. We have Beauty Booster, which is like collagen, which women, for myself, over time we lose that,
Yeah.
and you need to give it back to your body.
100%.
So, as we get older and we're not taking care of ourselves the proper way, what the supplement is here to do is to enrich your body from the inside out.
Yes.
And that's how you become healthy, and that's how you see results, whether it's losing weight or gaining weight. So it's a supplement that I'm very passionate about because I have lost 85 pounds with that.
Yeah.
Like 80, like that's a whole person.
That's
Lucky.
a whole person.
That's a whole person. I tell people like losing 85 pounds is literally a whole person.
Yeah.
Think about that. And for me, it was a struggle. It was always a struggle. I went from not eating healthy to starting diets and never saw results. So the supplement, I'm super grateful for taking the time to learn about the supplement because we have over like 200 products.
Yeah.
But when I started combining them and started getting creative with them and started falling in love with them, I saw the results. So at OTEN, we like to share that with people. We like to show people like when you come in here, you're getting a meal. You're getting a healthy meal. You're gonna feel so much better. Everything
and more.
And more.
And more.
And more. So, a lot of people come in there like, yesterday morning, for instance, we had a crazy busy morning, but like a lot of our customers were needing, they were like, oh, I have a busy day, but I need to eat something healthy because I need to be focused and alert.
Yep. And on the go. Too.
On the go. Think about it. If you go to a restaurant for a quick second to grab a burger and fries, yes, you will feel full, but you're going to also feel sluggish. You're also going to be like, you're going to get what we like to call the itis. Yeah. And then you're going to be like, oh, I can't do what I gotta do. Now I'm tired. I want to go to sleep, and that's just the normal body because it's not healthy
at all.
So when you give your body something healthy,
the hormones in your body don't recognize those burgers and all that. But when you start give them feeling different supplements that they know, they act to it. That's just how it is. Like, honestly, that's why chicken fries can fool you up, make you big, but give yourself a few, and you start feeling slow because the body's like. What do we eat? It affects your mindset. It affects the way you think. Everything. No, I agree with you 100%.
So that's why I'm very passionate about my smoothies. I love the supplement. Like I love the nutrition programs. I eat very healthy, at least as much as I can. Because we all that. But when I have my days where I can't eat healthy or I make those excuses because I'm still normal and it happens, I know that I have my smoothie.
Yes.
I know that I have my tea.
Yes.
I know that I have my nutrition bars, and we have protein bars. We have things that you can consume like on a day-to-day basis for an athlete as well, because this supplement is built for athletes as well, to be able to just keep their body right, to be able to perform correctly and feel right. And I can never take that for granted. I'm 33 years old, and a lot of people think I'm a lot younger.
I didn't even know you could say that.
I'm 33 years old with 2 kids, and people see my kids and they look like they're my siblings.
Kids. When I saw your kids, I thought they were.
Yeah, a lot of people think that my siblings.
Like this?
People think that my kids are
my kids.
Yeah.
I knew you had kids when you posted a video of you and them. And how do I know? Because they all look so much alike.
I know. We all look so much
alike. At that point, I was like, I don't want to say siblings.
Oh, I get that all the time.
And then you came in and you talked about the video and you said, my kids. And I was like, oh, these are kids.
A lot of people think those are my siblings. A lot of people. They'd be like, oh, your brothers. Like, those are my kids. I thought they were. Those are mine.
They came out of me.
They came out of me
like,
for
those
sure.
Kids came out of me. Don't be surprised.
And then people were like, wait, how old are you? And then they'd be like, never in a million years did I think you were 33.
Yeah.
I get a lot of times like I'm 27, 28, and I love that I get that.
Yeah, that means you're taking care of yourself.
And not just taking care of myself, but my energy as well. My appearance, my mindset. Everything. So like at OTEN, I love when people come in there, they already know that they're going to have something good. They're going to leave feeling excited. They're going to leave with the tea that, like, our teas are not average. Our teas are out of this world. They taste amazing.
And look beautiful.
They look beautiful. They taste beautiful. They give you a ton of energy.
And the names are beautiful.
Oh my God. The tea that we have in there are so creative.
You're very creative.
Extremely creative.
Everything about the breed is creative.
Everything,
the name,
so...
The colors, the taste, and everything.
I'll tell you something though. It took a team of people to do that though. Like it couldn't, the same way I needed my coach.
Yeah.
He needed me. Like I'm a big part of On the Edge Nutrition.
Yeah.
Like I help, run it, manage it. I bring people in. I build a team in there. But it's because I love it.
Yeah.
Like that's my baby. Like I tell people all the time. Like a lot of people's like, oh, why haven't you opened up your own? I'm like, it will. In good time, it will. But this is my baby, and I'm still building my baby. Like just how when you have a baby and then you need to learn how to crawl, to then walk, to then talk,
Yes.
and then you start, they start getting older. I'm still in those stages with this business, and that in the nutrition club. It's still a baby. I'm still feeding it. I'm still growing it. I'm still building it. As long as the people that come in there love it,
Yeah.
I'm doing my
You're doing your
service.
service. Doesn't matter how many, even if it's one, but as long as people are satisfied and happy with it,
That's it.
it's better than having 20 stores that people are not satisfied with. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
makes total
yeah.
sense, So I love, that people can come in there and get a good taste of what I like to preach. Because I talk a lot about my nutrition supplement on social media tremendously.
Yeah,
Like,
tremendously.
a lot of people ask me, like, how did you lose the weight? They think it's just the nutrition. Yes,
Yes.
80% of it is the nutrition and eating healthy. But the other 20% comes from me putting in work in the gym.
I remember the first day I saw you in the gym.
You
I think.
have to work out.
The first day I saw you in the gym, you came with a friend and her boyfriend or so. That was like early.
Probably my sister.
Your sister, right?
Yeah.
That was early, somewhere around March or so.
Yeah.
And I,
Like April-ish.
yeah, I saw you deadlifting. I saw you looking. So you weren't going for the easy stuff. You were flipping tires. I was like, this is a whole kind of breed. This is a whole different kind of breed. I was training a client, you get me, right? And you were showing them how to do this stuff. But the thing about you is that you deadlifted. So there's a regular deadlift where you deadlift on the floor. You didn't want to deadlift on the floor. You wanted you made a deficit. You put a tire on the floor and a weight plate on the floor and
Yeah.
then stepped on it. Everything you did, you added this. You made it a little bit difficult.
Mm-hmm.
You added that extra.
I like to challenge myself.
You challenge yourself every single. Okay, there's a tire flip. Let's flip tires. And I have never seen any female that flip tire before. I've been working in that gym for a long time. Yeah, no one flips tire.
What?
Yeah.
It's my favorite
It's
thing.
You're just doing it. So like I just saw
It's one of
it.
my favorite things to do. Like I like to. So the gym for me, I call it my medicine.
Yeah.
Like people think that I just work out because it's part of my business. Yes, granted, it's part of what I do, and I have been able to get the results. But a lot of it has to do with me being able to create those endorphins
Yeah.
and feel good. So if I don't challenge myself and push my body, because again, I tell myself that I can do that because I used to be scared of the freaking tire.
Yeah.
I used to be scared of the, yeah.
You
I used to be yeah. That's why now I love it. So it's the same thing when people say, "Oh, I hate burpees." Do it so much that you're gonna end up loving it. That's
Full
it.
stop. No. I agree with you on
That's
that
it.
one. I agree with you on that one.
So I hated deadlifting. I used to see the tire and see men do it. I used to be like, hell no. I would never flip a tire.
Flip a tire. It's too big.
It's too big.
Jesus
It's scary. I'm
Christ.
gonna pull a muscle.
Pull a muscle.
This is me thinking, right?
Mm.
Now when I go into the gym and I see the tire, I'm like, I'm gonna challenge
I'm gonna.
and I'm gonna flip your ass.
I'm gonna flip your ass like easily.
And that's what I do, So I go in there and I literally put my headphones in.
Yep.
I block the world, block it,
Yep.
and I'm just in there, and I'm like a sergeant, like I'm like literally a drill sergeant in my mind. Like you got this, like you can do it, like you can lift this weight, you can flip this tire, and that's why I love it.
No, I agree with you 100%.
So everything affects everything. Like I just love that I can be, like women are not supposed to be like masculine or whatever. But I don't like to consider myself masculine when I'm in the gym. I like to consider myself strong.
Strong, yeah.
Don't look at me, and again, I tell people all the time, don't look at me as, oh my God, Denise is doing, because Denise says that I can't do it. No, because Denise showed you that she can do it. You should be able to do it as well.
It's a whole different thing if Denise tells you I can, and then don't do it. And when she does it and you see it and you do it, it's a whole different. Because a lot of people can say I can do it, talk about it, but don't do it. But it's different when they see you do it.
They see you do it.
And yeah, that's why we have to, lead by example.
We have to lead by example. And I tell people all the time, like, they tell me, oh, I want to work out with you, or, I want you to train me. And I always tell them, I'm not a trainer.
Mm-mm.
I do not take credit from anybody that's actually a trainer, because you guys put in a lot of hard work. You guys do a lot of courses to gain them certificates, and I respect that. I tell people all the time, I'm not a trainer, but I'm a wellness coach. I can show you and guide you the same things that I have learned and applied so that you can do it.
Yeah.
And if you need it, because I've had personal trainers,
Yeah.
I have plenty.
Yeah.
But I have learned from my personal trainers, and a lot of my personal trainers now are part of my business.
Yeah.
They see it.
It's all like you said. Everything affects everything.
Everything affects everything.
That's what I just wrote. Everything affects. You said a lot so much, and I'm
Everything
just like
affects
everything
everything.
affects
Everything affects everything. The way you speak
Yeah.
to people, like like the way you talk, the way you carry yourself. Everything affects everything. Your mindset is so powerful, and sometimes the evil is gonna try to take it from you, and you have to just keep speaking positivity and push yourself to knowing that you can do it. And that's why I take my nutrition.
Yeah.
I take my personal development. I apply it. I literally build a sandwich.
Yeah. And then
And I like to feed people that sandwich and be like, listen,
you hungry?
you're hungry? Here it is.
Eat.
Literally, if you're hungry, here it is. No magic to this. There's no magic potion. There's no magic pill. There's no nothing. Strictly hard work. And I like to say heart work because I did everything from the heart because it's genuine. I know that I needed to change. I knew that. I woke up one day saying enough was enough. Of me feeling the way that I was feeling, of me always feeling sad. Bitter, having excuses.
Yep.
So when I came across my nutrition company and they showed me the tools, I was like, holy shit, I've been missing all of this for so long. Because people see it as it's just a supplement, and it's way more than what we offer.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. And not just a lifestyle that you can give to others, and they can develop themselves from it as well.
100%.
And that's why we can't be selfish with the opportunity. I'm not selfish with what I do. I can't be. Because believe it or not, people see me in these seminars and in these meetings and in these things where I'm going, and I'm just learning more when I'm there. So I like to come to, when I'm at OTEN, I like to be present and knowing that whoever's going to walk through that door needed to walk through that door. They didn't just walk in there to grab a smoothie. I always tell them, you're not just here to get a smoothie. Just understand that. You're not here to just get a tea. Just understand that. Make sure you follow me on social media. Make sure you stay plugged in. Make sure you come back. Make sure you tell a friend. Building blocks. Because I want everybody to see what is there. I cannot take it for granted. I can never. And these were things that were not taught to me in school, that were never taught to me at any 9 to 5, that were never taught to me at corporate America, like let alone like any program. These are things that were unknown to me because they were not ever present. And the moment that somebody had it present, I took it and just built from it. And I love my supplement. I love it. I love it. I love it tremendously. I love that I can share it with others. I love that people love it and they feel different. Like everything affects everything. And because I was able to lose the weight and feel good about myself and speak positivity is why I can perform in the gym. And some people can do that without a supplement. And that's amazing. But they can't show the next person how to do that.
There's a level to that supplement still needs to get them.
Yeah.
You get it, right? It saves. There's a level, like for me, I can tell you there's a point where the body can't do anymore. And now that's when the supplement comes in.
Got it.
There's an age you get to that, okay, now you have to start getting these things from outside.
Yeah.
And that's where the supplement comes in. There's a time where you're tired and you're like, okay, you know what? Supplement helps.
Yeah.
That for me is the value of supplement. That's what I see as supplement. But like there's some people that can't do it without supplements.
Yeah.
And that's the part of it that I don't like. But I love supplements. I respect supplements. I think it's needed because you can't eat everything from food.
Yeah.
Life won't let you eat all that. There are times where you have to grab this shake. There are times where you have to get, this snack, this just to protein, put it in your system, constantly put it in your system. There are times where you need these nutrients that you talked about, micronutrients.
Yes.
You need all of that. And foods can even give you most of the world we live in is so fucked up that you can't even get them in the foods we eat anymore.
No.
You can. It's not. They're taking it away from us. They're taking it away from us. So we have to now go out there, and that's why people like you come into place now because people say health is expensive. But I'm like, your health is your wealth. Like literally, if you're not healthy, you cannot make money. You will die young.
Yeah.
That's why you're 33 looking 28. Have you seen someone that's 28 looking 33?
Well, I can show you pictures, when I was in my early 20s, I looked like I was a lot older.
Yeah.
But that's because I had bad habits. I was eating like shit. I was living off fast food. Yeah. Literally. I dislike cooking, but that's just something that I don't want to go into. But I was never taught how to properly cook healthy.
Yes.
So, like when I was in my 20s, I think back now and I'm just like, I was so ignorant to being healthy
Mm.
and why it mattered. I see my family members in their late 40s and their late 50s complaining day in and day out
Yeah.
about their health, going to appointments and thinking that
Yeah,
it's gonna,
nothing's
and
changing.
nothing's changing.
Nothing's changing. You've never had someone, doctors say, nah, they give you things with side effects,
No,
and
yeah, like, and
you're
I
still
tell
in
people all the
that
time,
bubble.
you're always, if you go to a doctor, you're always gonna keep going to a
You're
doctor.
going to the doctor.
I recently went to my doctor just for a physical because you still need
Yeah,
to,
yeah,
this,
yeah,
you still
yeah,
need to go to a
yeah,
doctor to check up
yeah,
on other things.
yeah.
My doctor said you are the only person, legit, these were her words verbatim. You're the only person that actually got healthier during the pandemic
Pandemic.
than coming in
Anybody
here sick.
sick, yeah.
She goes, you impress me. And I was like, thank you. She goes, like, you're like, there's nothing's wrong with you.
Nothing's wrong with you. I can't even tell you.
She's like, I can see your chart when you came, when 5 years from, she goes, what? Like
Huge
these are not
difference.
the same
These are not
people.
the same people.
She goes, what are you doing? And I broke it down to her. My nutrition, my supplements, the way that I feel, the way that I want. And she's like, I'm gonna come down to OTEN. I need to taste this because I'm like, there's something in there.
There's
And I was
something
like,
in there.
it's just healthy.
Too healthy.
It's just healthy. Health is wealth, like you said, but it comes down from, analyzing where you are now physically
Mm-hmm.
and why you're thinking the way you think mentally. And it all has to do with being healthy.
Like 100%.
Healthy. Like one of the first things that always intrigued me when I was young was in the medical field. I actually, before I had kids, I put myself through medical assistant programs.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a medical assistant because I knew that my calling was to help people. I always knew that.
Yeah.
I always knew that. And I have always found myself in many positions to help others. But what I'm grateful for now, Lucky, is that I have something that I have taken and applied it, but I can also share it. And other people can benefit from it.
Yes.
So many people can benefit from this, but they had to really put in the work. That's just what it is.
That's just what it is.
And then you're gonna see how it's gonna affect it. What you put in your body is what you think, and what you think is who you are, and who you are is what you become. Everything affects everything. I'm gonna always keep saying it. I'm gonna keep saying that.
No, it is what it is. That's the truth.
Everything
That's the
affects
truth.
everything.
So, you've spoken a lot about your team.
Oh, I love my team.
And that's the last thing I wanted to talk about. Tell me more about your team. How did you build this team?
So, my team members are people that I have built reports with. People that I've supported in their journeys, in their visions and their beliefs. I never tell people don't do that because it's not what I do. No, if you do that, I'm gonna support it, and I'm gonna always enlighten you.
Yes.
So my team came from just seeing my growth, and seeing my change, and believing in what I was saying. Because they can't believe it if they don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
So I always showed it. You have to have receipts for the things that you're growing in. I call the things in my life receipts. You have to have receipts. If you don't have a receipt, you can't return nothing. You know what I mean? Without a receipt, you can't prove that you bought it. Without a receipt, you can't prove that that's yours. So my receipt in life is the things that I have gained from this opportunity. And that's how I've gained my business partners. And it's not just material stuff. It's, again, being blessed in my mindset, my spiritual calling, my self-worth, my self-love, analyzing and sharing with them like, I'm no different than you.
I got two heads.
I'm no different than you. I'm just taking my pain and applied it to this business and applied it to what I do. And you can do it with me. So I have amazing people on my team, people with different testimonies, people with different struggles, people with different lights, people with different skills. And when we come together, we are united because I praise who they are and for what they bring to that table. Because half of the team that I have, they're very creative, but that's not my skill set. But I'm grateful that I attracted them because they can do that for my team. When my personal development is not where it needs to be, I have fire who can speak positivity into the girls, into the guys, and show them how he's able to stimulate his mind because we're two different people. So I look at everybody and like I'd be like, listen, the skill sets that you have can be very beneficial into building a team of people because without people you don't have business. So like I attracted all of them by just being authentic,
Mm.
um, showing them a lot of genuine love and support, never judging them,
Yeah.
you know, showing them that this can be an opportunity that can open many, many doors for them, showing them that, you know, that their skill sets and that what they bring to the table is valuable, is valuable. Because what I lack, they have, and what they lack, I have.
Mm.
That's just what it is.
It's simple as that.
It's simple as that.
No one is. It's like it's one of my favorite quotes in this world that no one is above you and you are not below anyone.
Never.
So like, no one is better than you and you're not better
Never.
than anyone. We're all equal.
Yes.
Different fields.
Yes.
I need you. You need me.
Yes.
That's how
I
life
agree.
is. That's how life
I
is.
agree with that. I always tell people like I'm no different.
Even the millionaires, someday they're gonna come to your field. When they are in your field, they are nobody. If they walk into a tent, they don't know shit. What you give to them is what they drink.
What they did say. That's it. But we can't see success without analyzing, you know, the things that people can bring to the table.
Yeah.
And trust and believe, you know, there's gonna be disagreements. You know, there's gonna be people, you know, saying, "Oh no, what you're thinking is not gonna work," and I'd be like, "Okay, so then what do you think is gonna work, and how are we gonna apply that and make it better?" And 9 out of 10 times, it works. And I have built a team of leaders. I have been able to build a team of people who just yesterday, you know, again, I came across a girl who tells me, I've been following you for so long, but the only way I'm going to, like, one of the reasons why I want to join you is because you've developed somebody that I've been following for a while. She goes, I know that you're Justinia's coach, and I want to join her, but I needed to meet you. And look how God brought you to this table tonight. So again, I am a vessel for my family, for my team, for my children, for myself, and for the universe to show others that we all need each other.
100%.
But sometimes we don't know how we're going to help each other grow because a lot of people think that they're better than the next
They're better
person.
than the next person, yeah.
And in what I offer in this opportunity, we're all equal. And what I can do, you can do. And what you can do, I can do. But we're together.
Yeah.
And we're going to grow together.
100%.
And we're going to become successful together. And that's what I love about what I do.
Wow.
It's a different mindset. It's a different mindset.
Wow. Honestly, man, I would love to have you in this conversation. Like, we could go on for hours.
I know.
Like, Sherry and I actually was like, we'll do a 24 hours podcast or something where we actually, but because, like, you know, this is not just you. I've been blessed to meet two of your friends and your team. Like, I've met Sherry. I've met what's his name? I was supposed to work with him. Yeah, he works at OTEN too.
Fire?
I've met Fire. No, the other guy.
Joan.
Yep, I was supposed to work with him too. He's the same. Everyone is just got that same fire, same way you speak. They speak. You know, it's like they've all been through that struggle, and you know, they've come out of it, and they're ready to change lives. But the mindset is just you like you're speaking like, oh, this mind is not. This person is not. This person has been working with on himself and with people, and that's the kind of energy that you spread. And honestly, I don't like. I feel like the sky is not even a limit for you. Like the sky is just the starting point for what you what you're going to achieve. And,
I still have a lot of work to do.
A lot of work to do. You know, and just keep it up, man. That's why like I was so excited to have you on this podcast. And the moment I met you, and you just like I'm down. Let's make this happen. You know, like no. Oh, I'll think about it. Or anything.
No.
Like boom. I'm lucky. Thank you, man, for letting me. You know, and we came. And
I'm always honored.
Like for real. Much love, man.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it. You know, like, and I'm grateful that I have had your presence. You know, around me. You know, you are extremely powerful as well. Like, you know, without you saying it, I already know, and I can see why you do what you do, you know, and just know that, you know, there's going to be so many opportunities out there for you because you continue to bless others and acknowledge that about others. And
Yeah.
I'm grateful that we had the rapport and the friendship that we had today.
For
And again, like you said at the beginning, it just kind of
It
came
just
out of
kind of like came
nowhere.
out of nowhere, and look at us here.
Came out of
You
nowhere.
never know what the next.
I love coming to your gym.
partnership is.
I love coming to your gym. Like like when I see you train people, like people feel different. They're happy,
Yeah.
and you give that good energy.
Thank you.
You're not just one of those trainers that I see are just like very careless about their clients. Like you're very specific with your clients, and I've noticed that.
Thank you.
So I love that about you. For sure, and you're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Hopefully we
Let's
continue
go.
to change lives together in the
Together.
future.
Yep.
And we're able to
100%.
do more and be a more powerful impact to our community.
Like we said, everything affects everything.
Everything affects everything.
You affect me, I affect you.
That's it.
That's if I've learned one thing from this conversation, like so many things, but everything affects everything.
Everything.
Every human affects another human. Like
Everything.
That's literally everything. Like that's how it works. So, last question is:
Sure.
there's a lady out there, young girl, 33, father, like have kids and all that, that's going through your same struggle. What's your advice for her? What do you want to give? Someone listening to this and in that same situation you are in right now, what would you want to say to her?
That you're not alone
Cool.
in this situation. You're not alone in the process. You're not alone of the things that you feel, the things that you see, the things that you hear. You're never alone. If you are open to speaking about the things you want in life and what you need to overcome, they will come to you. And if there's one thing that I can remind any woman right now going through anything is that you are resilient. That no matter what, God is always going to put you in a position to get better, but it is really up to you to analyze that and take it for what it is.
Right.
And don't be mad. Don't be mad.
Don't be mad.
Don't be mad. Be glad. Be glad that these things are presented to you every single day, because if the same thing is being presented to you over and over, it's because it's something you need to learn how to pay attention to. And sometimes it's just you.
Wow. That was powerful, B.
Don't be mad. Be glad.
Don't be mad. Just be
That's
glad.
one. You are not alone.
You're not.
That's two. Be open. Speak about it. Ask for help.
Yes.
Ask for help. That's three. And then the last one, be resilient.
That's it.
Everything happens for a reason.
Everything happens
You got
for a
this,
reason.
boo.
You got this,
You
boo.
got this. Let's go.
You got this,
Yo,
boo.
I am so. I honestly love this conversation.
I'm glad. I'm super grateful and honored for having you.
Yeah, like, but I know we all, we have a day. You have a business to run. I have other stuff to do. So I was like, okay, let's bring it to an end. But hopefully, we're still looking forward to having you on this podcast again.
I'm sure.
Like, come with your team. As many of
Oh my goodness,
I have
I would
mics
love
that can take everyone. We
Yes.
make that happen, and cause there's a lot that we can
I definitely wanna
still
bring
share out to the
fire.
world.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
like,
we're not done.
we're not done.
We're
Nah,
not done.
nah,
We're not
nah.
done here. Creating that powerful impact in our community, especially where we come from,
yeah.
takes a lot of dedicated work. But I can't do it alone.
You can do it alone. You're not alone.
I
Yeah.
cannot. I need more people to do this with me. That's it.
Yes. Okay, so guys, thank you so much for listening to today's episode. And also, D, if someone wants to reach out to you, how can they reach?
Well, they can reach
Business,
out to me
everything.
on social media.
Yeah.
You guys are always welcome to come to the to the Nutrition Club, which is in South Boston,
On the Edge Nutrition.
on the Edge
Can you
Nutrition.
drop the address or something?
Yeah, it's 283 Old Colony Ave, right near the Rotary in Old
You can't
Colony
miss it.
Ave. So it's something you can't miss it. Or social media. My social media is DEE_Fit Girl, fit with two I's, FIIT, and girl with a U, GURL. Okay, so that is how you can reach me, and yeah.
Okay, yeah, guys.
Or look for me at Boston Sports Club.
Everywhere. Okay, so guys, thank you so much for listening to today's episode. Like, trust me, this was fun. Definitely, I learned a lot from this. But one of the things that I learned from this conversation is everything affects everything. How we met affected where we are today. That's what led to this. You get me right. No one comes into your life for no reason. There's a reason for everything. The pain you go through, let that fuel you. Don't waste it. Learn from it, grow from it, and also, just know that you are not alone. Keep working on yourself. Try to get better every single time. Like Dee said it. As much as she spoke everything here, she loved to someone. She ended by saying, "I still work on this every day." It's not like I know it. It's not like once you do it, it's done. No, it's something that you wake up every morning and you have to keep, speaking to yourself, doing those affirmations, prayers, and meditation, whatever that needs to be done to, get you ready for the day. Keep doing it. So that was the summary of today's episode. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We love you and remain blessed. Peace.